Okay, I think we're making it happen here. So right now, guys, this is like super chill. I know no one's listening to this already, and no one's in this. I don't expect really anyone to watch this, but I'm trying to get a little practice on or a little feedback on like how the streaming experience works on Mume. So I figured I'd start the stream. This is a live stream, and we'll get to this in a second. This is a live stream. I'm live right now, which means that if someone's in the chat and talking, then I can hear you. But we're going to be looking at kind of, I'm going to be working on my client, and you guys can see how it is taking shape and give suggestions and whatever, right? We'll work on it together. It's going to be super chill and kind of just hanging out. But we also have another thing we can do, which is streaming on Mume sucks because you have to have this stupid 30-minute rule where you can't look at people's gameplay for 30 minutes until or because then there might be some like cross race problems and people. Every game deals with this. We're not even going to go down this rabbit hole, but the point is every game deals with this. For some stupid reason, we can't wrap our minds around why we can't actually do this, why we can't stream Mume, which is so important. But I've come up with a little bit of a middle ground here, which is, check this out. All right, ready? So this is this is my god character, and he's hanging out. We've built this kind of thing called spectate mode, and what you can do with it here. So this is me. This is me live. I'm in the tavern, and this is my room. Sauron's laboratory. But what we can do here now is we can do this, right? We can switch to Liart's view, and I already broke it, but this is 30 minutes ago, Liart's view, which means that now we can see. Let's zoom the map out a little bit here. It's a little aggressive. We get to see the gameplay that's happening or happened in. Well, it's not real time. It's 30 minutes ago, and it's kind of like a buffer system. And this way, I don't have to have like the spectate, or I don't have to have my computer buffering 30 minutes of video, which is insane, by the way. It's brutal on any computer. Anyway, point is look at that. We can watch it, and there's like sound effects and stuff. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear the sound effects or not, but the point is, this is how it works now. So we can look at it and we go, oh, watch, their lone wolf they're killing the drake, the fell drake, which is actually a really cool super mob, which maybe we could use this as like a little tutorial or something. But yeah, how cool is that, right? Now we get to watch Mume live, except for not live. You know? There's some experimental stuff going on right now with the way that like text is being displayed. Don't worry about that too much. We're just working on it, and we're just trying random things, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't work, we pull it out. But that seems to be the best way to I've found to be able to come up with these new features, is making sure that you throw ideas out there, you try them, see what sticks, and then you take out the ones that didn't stick, and you keep going. So anyway, speaking of ideas, though, we're actually going to pop this off here. So we're not looking at that, and we're going to look at this. And also, I'm going to have to go do things here. So when I go do things, I'll go switch it back to the view of watching people play. But for right now, I'm trying to figure out a way of making it simple to log into the game. Now, obviously, the simplest way is to not use the actual interface that we have in Mume on mobile, because it's small and it's not really very modern. Like in a modern interface, what you should do is you click on the button that's Mume, and then you are instantly taken into like maybe a character selector. You click on the character and boom, you're playing, right? It's not exactly how it works, and I kind of wanted to bridge that gap a little bit so that it's not unlike Mume or unlike the desktop experience, but also not horrible. So this is kind of what we're doing. I'm going to create a new account here, actually. or I'm going to reconnect actually first, and then we're going to create a little test account, and that gets messed up right now. But okay, so this is kind of the dialogue that you see when you were creating an account. Actually, I haven't even seen this. What happens if I click yes? Okay, it just takes me back there. That's good. That's what I like to see. And then let's do like test account 1. Name is not allowed. Okay. The TAC. There we go. Nice. Okay, so then it's account password. Very good. Very good. We're going to do the TAC as well. The TAC. Okay, then it gets you straight into this kind of character selector. So one thing I need to work on here, which I don't know what I'm going to do yet, is you read. I don't want to take. Oh man. Okay, so I already see a problem here. So I have this thing where I'm trying to draw attention to the most recent text that you get in the game, but which works pretty well in gameplay, but it doesn't work great in this because now this text is faded and it looks kind of hard to read, and that really shouldn't be the case. So I guess I need to turn off that for this. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, well, let's see if we can get that fixed. Okay, next, I don't really like the way that these buttons are laid out. I kind of am trying to go for a kind of a simplistic vibe here, but there's only so much simplicity that is like you got to be effective as well. I think these like back main and question mark buttons should probably be at the bottom. Kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's see. Another problem I have is when, you can't see it now because I'm not on an actual phone, but when the keyboard comes up, it pushes all of the kind of like header text, like create character here, away. There we go. And we don't want that. So it kind of looks kind of crappy. And I haven't figured that out. But let's keep going along here. We're creating some random thing. I think these buttons need a little more space between them too, because they're probably kind of hard to hit. We also have this kind of stat editor here. I think I need to change the colors on this though. And the idea is that you can adjust your stats this way. It's a little bit more intuitive, especially for newbies. So I'll have to, let's see here. What should we do for colors on this? I guess I should make the numbers like 19, 11, 12, 15, all these should be green like they are in the log. And yeah, let's do that. Do that. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So the problem is they kind of need to be squished together, but at the same time, that reduces your ability to hit the buttons effectively. I'm going to think about that for a minute. Let's go back to this and watch some more gameplay. Very nice, very nice. Right now, so they're still in, where are they right now? They are in, this looks like, yeah, they're in the kind of Dogeldur area. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people in this group. I need to fix how we portray group members too. I really don't like this interface. I feel like it looks really, like it's very cluttered and doesn't really give the right information that we want. So that'll be something I need to fix. Yeah, they are in Dogeldur area right now. Just doing some XP. Lots of good XP here. Lots of like super mobs as well. Loads great loot. Zud Zadoom. It's a good title. It's a very good title. Also don't really love these colors for the characters here. These spiders are such good XP. I don't know if you guys can hear the music or not. I don't know if anyone's even watching this. I don't think anyone is, but it's still cool. You can see it, right? They're just going around and doing their thing. And this is technically, I mean, real time, but delayed real time. Okay, so let's think here. That's looking better. It's looking a little bit better now. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, let's see what happens if you hit reset. Everything goes back to normal, right? That's very good. Like, so here we got these back main menu and question mark buttons. These should really be in the same spot every time, because if I go back to here, oh, see, that just broke everything now. Now we're at this like weird. Okay, well, good to know. There's a little bug right there. Oh, and that disconnected us. Love it. Uh-oh. What was the name of this account that we just made? The TIAC. Uh-oh. What was it? I don't even remember. I do not remember. Is it in scroll back? What was it? What was the name of the account? The TAC. Oh. I guess it just didn't save it because we never made it through the account creation. Or the character creation. Interesting. I didn't know that's how it worked. Okay, so TIAC. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want like these back menu, etc. buttons. Wait, so if I go back here, everything works just fine, right? Okay. 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 Yeah, if anyone has any ideas on what's a better way of just doing this whole interface, 'cause I tried basically taking all of the text out from the game essentially, and creating this like a special interface, which was like just pure mobile. And I didn't love that because one, it is really difficult because you have to account for every edge case of the text, right? So you still kind of have to stream the text in, but also it makes it feel very, very, very different than the experience on desktop. And you really want like kind of like a bridge kind of a thing, because if you start with that and then you go over to desktop, like say you start on mobile and you go to desktop, you can be like, what is this? So there has to be some level of continuity here. So my best thought process here, after several attempts of just nonsense, was you have the log on top, and then I call this the mobile gutter. This gutter down here, which is like a card essentially, populates with dynamic buttons based on what the account is trying to, like what the game interface is wanting you to do. So you still have to, like, to understand what's going on, you still have to use the you still have to check the log, but the actual, like, how do you interact with it? It shouldn't really be texting. You shouldn't be like typing. That's not a very intuitive way of doing it. So it should be button systems, right? And on mobile, this little card down here like when you're actually playing the game, doubles as like your map and a bunch of other important stuff. So this kind of primes you for like, hey, this is where you're going to be inputting a lot of your commands. So that was the thought process here. And I like the minimal look. But it's still a little, I don't know, it's still missing some stuff, I feel like. That should be lower. Well, let's see here. What else we got? Like this all like feels pretty smooth, honestly. Okay, so again, going back. Okay, so back works just fine, except for in the editor here. Wonder why that is. Okay. Oh, I gotta go do some stuff actually real quick. So I am going to swap us over to here. And yeah, watch some of their stuff that they're doing. Where are they right now? They are still in Dogaldur, and they are, what are they doing? Killing some Orcish veterans. Nice, nice. All right, I will be back. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do this then. Go ahead and turn off the camera for a second, or until I get back. All right, I am back real quick. Let's get my camera back on. Got a couple more minutes. Yes. Oh, look at that. Someone is watching. What do you know? Well, so I am live. You're live. What we're watching right now, though, this is a replay that is buffered right now. So they are currently, or I wouldn't say, I don't know if they are or not currently playing the game. But this is basically looking at 30 minutes into the past from whoever is playing the game and being spectated right now. So it's still following the rule. Unfortunately, it would be so nice if it was live, but it is what it is. But yeah, let's see here. Where were we? We were working on the interface for. Nope, that's not it. We were working on the interface for this. Let's go ahead and reload that. So it's not a downloadable thing. It's just a web app, so you can access it from the website, and that's it. I don't think it's not publicly on the Mume website or anything yet. And there's a bunch of things that are still a little bit janky, so we're not doing a full release yet, but it's very much playable at this point. So, but there's just not a whole lot of consistency and certainty that this feature is going to stay, right? For instance, right now, let's take a look at, get rid of this. Yeah. So right now working on building out this, this mobile logon, the logon interface right now for it, and all this could change tomorrow. It could be completely different experience. Yeah, here let me grab the website for you. That is fair enough. Let's do that. You can try this out. Yeah. I don't know. By the way, I don't know. Can you guys hear, when we're watching them, do you hear their sound effects and their music and stuff? Is that working properly? I'm doing this thing through OBS, so I can't. The music and sounds are going through OBS, but I can't hear them, which is kind of strange, but. There is some background music, and you're hearing the hits and stuff. Okay, I'll bring that up a tiny bit. Oh, this is so much better, by the way, than what we were doing before with the 30-minute delay of the entire stream was 30-minute delayed. That was insane. That was just so brutal. Because for instance, let's say you had to change the sound setting or something. Every change you made would be 30 minutes in the past. Now the only thing that's in the past is the literal gameplay, but the client and me. Oh, this is just so much better. So much better. Okay, let's where are they right now? Oh, they're in their little fortress. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of vials of blood. By the way, if anyone wants to be spectated, just go, if you're playing or whatever, send LSR a tell. It just says spectate me. You can check my who is for the exact syntax, and it'll auto go and spectate you, and then you can be on this in 30 minutes. So just the more you know, you should do it. Let's see here. Getting back to this. So this looks better. What name did we have? The TIAC. Oh, no, we got to do a new account again because we never are saving this character. Yep, that looks good. The TIAC. The TIAC. Nice. Okay, so we want these buttons to be in the center, I think. We want these buttons to be the center. You don't play a puke? Well, then don't play puke. Another fun thing we can do with this setup actually is in here. So this is them 30 minutes ago, but we can switch the view to me now, and whatever all this text is from before. But now this is live, which is pretty cool. We're in Valinor right now. This is LSR, so no cross-race information being shown off here. But then yeah, we can go back to 30 minutes in the past, and we can change the timeline as well. We can go, as you can kind of see over here in the little DVR thing, you can make it live and 5 minutes in the past and stuff, but we got to do the whole 30 minutes bit right now, so all right, that's looking a lot better. All right, what do you think? Do we need, like, should these be centered? I feel like that's not gonna look good. Keep them centered, I don't know. But like this is more or less how it should be working. All right, so let's see if this is fixed now. Okay, that looks much better. Still works nicely, but let's say we go back. Ah, nice, it works now. Sweet. Okay. I see. Okay, all right. That looks good. Once we're back here, though, we should be at the main menu. Oh, wait, that just disconnected us. Nice. Love it. All right, so new, no. Okay, this stuff needs to be centered too, huh? Okay. See, I think one thing I don't know what to do with here is the text in the log is really good if you like need to, like, a descriptive text, like, oh, what is going on, what I need to fix, or like what like I need to create my account, or I need to, you know, read the small text of like, your first step here is to create an account, Mume characters. Like, this is all good, right? But I feel like there still needs to be a header in the mobile gutter here so that it's obvious what you're supposed to be doing at that moment, right? Like, if you need more information, you read the log, but like the obvious, like, enter new account, like, I still think that needs to be there, but it looks bad. It just looks bad right now. What if we made the enter a new account name like a header type thing? It'll work, whatever. Here, I'll do this in the background while you guys can watch this. Ah, damn it, I'll be right back. I will be right back. I forgot something. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm back for a couple more minutes. Oh, we got Knack in the chat. What do you know? What do you know? So this is a live stream of a buffered gameplay. So the gameplay that you're seeing is 30 minutes in the past, constantly updating, but we're live. So this is a million times better than what we've been doing in the past with this whole, like, the whole stream is delayed by 30 minutes, and we're not even worrying about that. And then, in the meantime, we're watching some of this. I am doing a little bit of work on the client, which you guys can see periodically. And I'm also taking care of a couple real-life things right now. So it's just a chill Sunday session. Just a chill Mume day. Well, hold on a second. So let's see here. Let's try this again. So, nope, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. Broke everything. Okay. Oops, that's not the right one. Okay, so... No, that's not what we wanted either. Ugh. Okay, so hopefully that'll fix things a little bit. Oh, and I will be right back. Just a reminder, guys, if anybody wants to be spectated, just send LSR a text, or a tell with spectate me, no space, with the brackets, who is me for the exact syntax, and then you will be the one being spectated 30 minutes in the past. So if you're playing and you're like, I would like to be the one with the camera on me, send me a tell. That's pretty much it. All right, I gotta go again, so I will be back. All right, I have my tea now, so Now we're okay. Life is good. Delicious. I need some like slurping ASMR right now. Just, you know, some people can't slurp. I found that out recently. That like they don't know how to like, you know, like to cool things off with their mouth while they're eating them, which is crazy. That's crazy to me. All right, what were we doing? What were we doing? Yeah, I don't really like this. I don't like this. I feel like the text needed to be lower. I feel like the text needs to be lower, kind of like it was before, because now it just looks a little like funky. Okay. We're I don't know if I love this. You're like, I mean, that doesn't look bad. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look bad. What's happening in Mume land? Oh, Zud's making thistle tea. See, I got my tea. Zud's got his thistle tea. That's all you need. Let's see. Let's see. Probably should have a new person that we're spectating here. So I am going to turn this. Oh no, we're gonna do this, and I'm going to. Oh no, we don't want to do that. That's not what we want to do. Alright, so we got this. Do that. Do this. There we go. And then we go to, where were we? Yes, here. Who might want to be watched or streamed? Let's see here. Oh, you know what I should do? This makes way more sense. I should add people to the queue, and then it rotates through people for the queue. And then we kind of see like a new person every 5 minutes. That would be interesting. You want to pick a BN? Let's see here. Well, I will ask around. I will ask around. It's a new system, so people haven't got the and people haven't quite got the hang of how to send the spectate me thing. But in a perfect world, when we're doing this, you could have, instead of like, okay, so that did not work. Well, that's good to know. That is broken. Did I just break everything? I might have. I might have broken everything. Well, let's see here. I see the problem with this system though is well, let's try this. Let's try this. I'm just gonna put this on top here for a second. Do this. Oh, there we go. I didn't break everything. Alright, let's do Snoop. Okay. Okay. Do need to fix that, but we will use this for what it is right now. All right, I'll put this back down here. Nice. Oh, I see the problem with this system. I see the problem with this system. I do see the problem with this. There'll be a day there you must have the courage and the patience to play a BN. BNs are fun. They're really fun. Okay. So one drawback I see with this system is that if I'm spectating a player that is, like when I'm spectating someone, then all of my spectate indicators are saying, hey, you're watching this person. but that doesn't necessarily line up with what we're watching on the log. So technically, that would be breaking the cross-race rule, because even though we're watching gameplay from someone in the past, the name of who we're spectating is in the present. So I will have to fix that. So we'll have to do that. Which again is a silly problem to have. I can't believe we're having this problem on a 30-year-old game. Like, we can just freaking stream the stuff, but we will fix that, I guess. I want to go back to this, see if this does anything. Yes, we'll do that. Let's see if that's working. All right. Okay. All right, we go back to this. Sweet. Go back to that. Do this. Do this. Ah, we did it. Sweet. We're back in, watching people do stuff. This is very much, this is why we didn't like announce this or anything. This is like us just messing around and trying things, right? This is this is not supposed to be this is a total test run of things. So, and hopefully entertaining test run. Okay, I do need some honest feedback, guys. Like, how can we make the interface for logging in on mobile not suck balls? Okay, because I've still, like, even with all, like, it still sucks. Like, this just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I've tried so many things, and I don't know what to do. What do you think? Throw ideas out here. Like, it should be so, like, you shouldn't have to type in your name after the first one. Like, you're gonna type in your name once, and then hopefully that's it. You just log into your account every time, right? But like, just the initial step of logging in, like a new player who's seeing this, right? Like, this just looks awful. How do I clean this up? I think we're close, though. This is like how it's supposed to work. I don't know. I need to think. Well, like, it doesn't, if we look at it here, right, we've got to talk about, like, what is the user experience going to be when they first open the app? First thing they're going to see is they're going to see that little text at the top, but they're not going to want to read that. It's too small. No one's going to want to read that, right? So you're going to read the by what name do you wish to be known, right? And that automatically, it just doesn't look good. Like, I need to put it in a card or something. Like, it just doesn't look good. Yeah, we've got the remember logon thing right there. But I don't know, like, all of this, I don't know how to theme it. I think it works, but I don't know how to theme it right now. I also need to get rid of these little buttons that are on the side of the command bar right here, because these are important to when you're actually playing the game, but not important during the login. like, I'm trying to think of this from a perspective of someone who's never. You put an animation of an elf getting stabbed every letter I type in. That's actually a good idea in terms of like every time you type something, you get a visual feedback of something happening. That's actually kind of a cool idea. How would you do that? Actually, I have an idea on how to do that. On not an elf getting stabbed every letter I type in for login, but like actually, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Why I appreciate this feedback, because that actually is a cool idea. So every time the character or the user inputs a letter, I currently have this system of being able to. Hopefully, this doesn't dox anything. I don't think it will. We're going to go all the way down here. What are we seeing here? That looks pretty good. I have a system for being able to like kind of see the outline of a character in the background here. So I don't think you can see it very well, but it's there right now. There's like this like shadow of a man, which is supposed to kind of help give you some indication that you are, like the stuff you do is having an impact. I don't know how to describe it. But we could have, I've got like avatars for every, race, like dwarves and elves and orcs and trolls and stuff. You could have like different scenes flashing across the scene with something like that. Or yeah, that could be like a hangman type thing. That's a good idea. Like the interface builds itself as you type in your name. It's kind of fun. And it's actually really fun. Where are they right now? I'm gonna try to guess where this is without. Oh, it's still. Oh, this is definitely Moria. It has to be Moria, right? Gotta try to guess where it is without zooming out on the map. Yeah, definitely Moria. Hangman thing. I do kind of like that. How could we do it? How could we do that? Yeah, see, that's exactly kind of what I was talking about. Like, yeah, you basically show like a figure of something, and it kind of gives you the impression that there's a lot happening in the game. You could do something along those lines. That's kind of a cool idea. It's really hard to see with this lighting right now because this is well, you don't want to like add too many pictures and stuff to the background because it gets really distracting. But I think like I was trying to go with a very impressionistic type art style. I had one critique from a friend who's kind of helping. He's not really helping build it, but he gives me a lot of good feedback, a lot of really good feedback. All right, take it easy, man. Peace. Good to see you. But he gives me a lot of good feedback, and he doesn't play Mume at all. And one of his... Oh, hold on a minute. We got to watch this. They're fighting an elf. Find an elf. Let's see here. They are in Asgard's way. The elf starts casting. Is he by himself? Yeah, well, his group mates are somewhere around here, but he's basically by himself right now. This is the orc. All right. I don't know who's winning here. He's fine. And, wow, he's got a lot of mana for having that many hit points. My goodness. He's got a lot of mana. 90 mana for having 460 hit points? What is that? Jesus. So he's definitely the one in control here. Plus, in Moria, he's going to have an extra bonus to his offensive capabilities and defensive capabilities. He's just going to be more in tune with the alignment over there. However, Moria is one of those places where if someone starts running, you can close them in because there's only two ways out of Moria, East Gate and West Gate, minus some places that you can theoretically teleport out of. But generally speaking, there's only two exits. However, Moria is a huge place with tons of areas which are dangerous to both sides, so you can essentially run through dangerous areas and make it really difficult for your pursuer to track you effectively. You can basically play keep away throughout the entirety of Moria, which leads to some really interesting gameplay. But for the most part, it does make it kind of difficult to actually finish someone off in Moria, unless they run out of moves, which does happen. Or, of course, die because things get a little too hot and a little too dangerous. But we haven't seen the elf here in a minute. I think the elf is probably gone. Either went out a gate or, again, is playing keep away, and it's really... I mean, we've had situations where you've got, like, 6 people chasing somebody down who's, you know, on wounded hit points. You're like, oh, let's get him! And you're scattering all over Moria, and it's just really hard. It's so hard if they know what they're doing, because you can run into all sorts of sneaky places, which just make it so difficult to follow you. Yeah, looks like that is more or less done. Anyway, that was some good action for about 3 seconds out of a hour stream or 2 hour stream, whatever we're doing right now. His warg's name is Pete. Why you gotta do me like that, man? It's gotta be a different Pete. It's gotta be a different Pete. Anyway. My Roomba is making all kinds of noise right now. All right, let's go back to designing right now. Let's think about this. I did really like that idea. Of every time you type in a letter, like a 1, you know, it shows a different figure on the screen, or it creates some effect. I do like that a lot. It kind of incentivizes you to keep typing. It can't be building something. It has to be like the character thing, because if you're building something, that would only work if you had a finite number of characters that you need to put in. Like, let's say you had 10. Like, you need to know when the thing is done. So, unless you're just kind of doing like the screen gets brighter or something gets brighter, you know, incrementally as you type more. But in general, there needs to be, if you're doing that system, there needs to be an ending point, right? I think the characters is a better thing. I like that. I really like that, actually. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so what do I need to do? Let's go back to over here. Now let's go back to over here, and let me make sure we've got a whole bunch of these characters all lined up. I need to call my mom too. Wish her happy Mother's Day. Okay, that looks good. Put this in here. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, we'll do... We need you. You. No, we don't need you. And then we could shuffle through. Now we'll move this vacuum, because this vacuum's pissed me off. Okay, we're back. Vacuum has been vacated from the premises. We're getting some of that artwork together. All right, well, let's go back to this. Okay. Still have the problem of when the keyboard comes up, it shoves everything up. The keyboard covers pretty much everything. And how do we make that not look stupid? How do we make that not look stupid? I also feel like the lighting effects are a little too extreme. Like, this is supposed to be artificial light. It looks okay. I think there needs to be more vignette at the bottom, though. I don't know. It doesn't. It's just a little too. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add a little. No, you're not going to see anything change on the stuff we're watching, though. So right now, this is on what we're watching is on the stable version, because the non-stable version, which is what I'm testing on and building on, is what, well, it's stable-ish. But it constantly refreshes and stuff, so we would lose our buffer if we did that. So this is, we're not going to see any changes here. I love the way that looks. I think it should be a gray background indicating buttons. Yeah. Because right now it's the frosted glass thing. Yeah, it should definitely be a gray button. I don't know. Should it? Yes, it should. Should it? Yes, it should. Oh, there's no music coming out of that. I wonder why that is. Oh, now there is. Yeah, I see. All right, we're gonna go back to this view. And, oh, never mind, he's moving again. Honest opinions for people who end up watching this. Thoughts on this kind of background imagery. I'm trying to keep it as subtle as possible. I honestly don't know if I like it or not. Oh, I see what's going on here. See, like now when he's out off the imagery, it kind of looks good. It looks good. It doesn't quite have the same... I don't know. I'm very undecided. I think it does look good. Very undecided. Ooh, there's an elf blocked in or something. Nice. That's kind of cool. Maybe we're going to see a little action. Someone needs to cast darkness. Oh, 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 oh. Oh man, we're about to have a fight. We got an elf. We got, who else we got in here? We got a. Okay, now he's out. Where did he go? Oh, did he portal? No. Where is he now? He's all the way up here? How did he get all the way up there? They were just... Wait a minute, I'm very confused. What just happened? They were fighting an elf. And then... What happened here? I am very confused with what just happened. I have no idea what just happened. In the middle of something exciting happening. What happened? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I will game plan that and see what the heck just happened. So one thing I don't like about this system of... Oh, I know what is happening right now. I know what's happening. We're watching... I know exactly what's happening. No! I did it at the worst possible time! Oh, that's insane! I switched spectating someone. Oh, man. I switched spectating someone at the worst possible moment. No. It was about to. Now we're watching someone in Rivendell. Okay, well, good to. Maybe I need to like do before I switch. I should have. Oh, and now we're back. Now we're back. He's fine though, so I guess not too much happened. Yeah, talk about the worst freaking timing. I don't think anyone died though, so nothing. We didn't miss too much. Could not have picked a better time or worse time to immediately switch spectating away from somebody. It's like, oh, you're doing something interesting? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Let's go watch someone get into Rivendell. Anyway, we're probably going to be wrapping this up before too long, though. This has mostly been an experiment, and I would say experiment works. It is working. We are watching someone in the past. Things that we needed to fix. Oh, yes. The spectate name. Spectate name is live, not buffered. I think that was pretty much the only major problem, the only difficulty that we had here. Everything else seemed to work really smoothly. Oh, spectate me didn't work properly. There's got to be an easier way of see, like, here's the problem. The way it works is whoever's playing ideally can send a tell to my god character, which will then spectate them using my client, which then can do all this stuff, right? Which allows us to see them later, or see them in the past. The problem is that you don't want that tell to be, well, you need it to be very specific, and you need it to be something that they're not going to type unless they want to be spectated, right? It needs to be very like, this is a button. I want you to spectate me. And so the button just didn't work. But it's also a little wordy, like it's maybe a little too hard to type out, like the whole spectate me with the brackets thing. And not even brackets, they're what are those little side-facing arrows. So maybe I need to fix that a little bit. But theoretically, what we could do is we could clone my god. So it's just it's a god that's always on, right? And then you could have it be like a feature that's on more or less 24/7, where if someone wants to be spectated, then they could send a tell to it, and then it will spectate them. Now, you'd still need like my computer or whatever hooked up to broadcast it, but at the very least, you could then get so one of the other features of the client is it can record. Like natively, basically. So it's not going to do a video recording, but it's going to record the data so that can be played back later to create a video. So you could essentially get a video just by like you could just get a video of your play session without needing to download anything or do anything extra. You just send that character, that god character, a tell, and a video would be created. Now, you'd have to get the video somehow, but the point is that there would be a video then of your play session, and you wouldn't even need to use this client. And there's, like, I know there's all these kinds of, like, doodads that I've done to the client, but you can strip it down quite a bit and make it pretty basic. Uh-oh, we're disconnected. Which means that, yeah, we're watching the buffer, and the buffer is going to end here before too long, which is fine because we're about to wrap up here anyway. But Yeah, that's the theory. So then what we could do is like basically have it so whenever you're playing, if you're just like, hey, I think that someone should see what I'm doing or whatever, or just have it recorded in general, you can send a tell to. Right now it's LSR, but if more people use it, we could create like a Mume bot essentially, which watches you if you ask it to, and then it takes a little recording of it. But anyway. All right, I have some more stuff to do, and I have some stuff to fix, it looks like, on this system. We made a little bit of progress with the login system for the web app on mobile. I need to do a little bit of more work there. But hey, this is a test run. This was pretty fun. Hopefully people, if they tuned in, they had fun. If they didn't tune in and they didn't have fun, well, sucks to suck. So, but I'm sure people, maybe someone's going to watch this or something because it goes on YouTube anyway. So anyway, it was a little streaming test run. I think it worked okay. I think with those fixes, we can do another like little streaming day or something. So anyway, until next.